We serve the living God. The God who is never asleep, never slumbers, never rests, is always available for his people and always calling us to new life. Here's what Jesus says with regard to himself in Matthew chapter 16 and verse 16. But who do you say who I am? Jesus says to the disciples. And Simon Peter says, you are the Christ, the Son of the living God. What does that mean? That means that we serve the God who is ever alive and active. He calls us to be constantly awake to the things that he's doing in our lives and through our lives and in our church and through our church in this present moment, taking us into the future. But he is also the God who commanded Joshua in Joshua chapter 4 to tell the 12 men representing the tribes of Israel to gather 12 stones from the dry riverbed of the Jordan River and to stack them as a monument on the other side. For what purpose? So that future generations could see the goodness of God because of what he had done. He calls us to new life, to move into the future. He calls us to present tense living, to live the with God life today in the present moment. He also calls us to set up markers of recognition, like this church charter, which affirms the truths around which First Congregational Church was gathered and has upon it the signatures of many men and women whom God gathered out of the woodworks, as it were. A man and his wife came to this city to plant a church to fulfill the vision of God, and God sent people around to build this beautiful place, but more importantly, to create this wonderful covenant community. So while God is calling us into beautiful things in the future and to live present tense in this moment, he's also calling us to remember the beautiful things that he has done, which provide the foundation upon which we build that life into the future. And I'm inviting you Sunday, June 13th, this coming Sunday, where we will honor Pastor and Mrs. Les and Phyllis Wicker for their role in being used of God to establish First Congregational Church of Naples. You know, it's good to honor the past and remember the present and live into the future, and it is even better to do that as the covenant community of God. So you're invited Sunday. Come, let's honor Pastor Les and Phyllis and celebrate what God has done in them and what he continues to do in the life of this wonderful faith community. Listen, God bless you today. I'm looking forward to seeing you Sunday. Amen.